This German chocolate pie is flippin' awesome.
Let's see what's cooking. Let's get the facts. Let's see what's cooking. It's time for yoyomax12.
Hello everyone, starting off with 4 ounces, about 3/4 of a cup of chocolate chips. I use semi-sweet. Add to that a tablespoon of butter. You can put this in the microwave and melt it together until the chocolate's melted. Give it a good stir so that it's nice and smooth. And then you're going to stir in a teaspoon of vanilla extract. As you stir in your vanilla extract, you'll see it start to change texture a little bit. It'll start to thicken up. That's okay. Once that's all stirred in, just put that aside. And we'll continue on with making the rest of the filling. In a medium-sized saucepan, you will place 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, as well as 1/3 of a cup of white sugar. Whisk that together. Now the heat's not on at this point. I'm just mixing it on the stove top. Now add in 1.5 cups of milk. I use 2%, but you could use whole milk. Give that a whisk and then turn the heat on to medium and start to stir pretty much continuously until it starts to thicken up. When it starts to thicken and get bubbly, turn the heat down to low and cook an additional 2 minutes. Now take your pot off the heat, and in that little bowl is 2 beaten egg yolks. You're going to whisk in some of the hot mixture, let's say about 1/2 cup of the hot mixture, into the egg yolks just to bring them up to temperature so they don't cook and become like scrambled eggs. Pour that egg yolk mixture back into the pot. The pot's going to go back on the stove, medium-low heat, and you're going to whisk constantly and bring it to a gentle boil. Once it starts to be gently boiling, cook it for 2 minutes, take it off the heat, and then add back in that chocolate stuff that you made at the beginning. And just give it a good stir until it's completely incorporated. Then immediately pour it into a baked and cooled pie shell. Do it right away because this stuff sets up very quickly. Put it in there evenly and set it aside. Now for the topping recipe, that's a small saucepan with 2/3 of a cup of evaporated milk, 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of butter, and just stir this and bring this to just to a boil over medium heat. When it comes to a boil, take it off the heat, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to temper the eggs. In that little bowl is 1 full egg beaten. Then we're going to pour a little bit of the mixture into the egg until it's warmed up, and then add it back into the pot. And you're going to cook and stir this until it thickens up and it just comes to a boil, and we're going to cook it for 2 additional minutes. Then take it off the heat and stir in 1/2 cup of chopped pecans that have been toasted and 1 1/3 cups of sweetened shredded coconut, also toasted. Stir that around and then take your topping and spread it on top of the chocolate layer. Spread it out evenly, put it in the refrigerator until it's chilled completely. And there it is, your German chocolate pie. This stuff is really, really good. If you love German chocolate cake, you're going to love this pie. And you know what? That chocolate pie part of it at the bottom is just amazing. I think that would be good to make and just put whipped cream on top if you didn't want to use the German chocolate topping if you don't like coconut. This is a delicious dessert, fancy, but actually fairly easy to make. I hope you give it a try. Pies everywhere, and they're all on a playlist for you to check out. Thanks for watching.